Hi everybody, Nicole from Mom Trends. I am in the kitchen today and I'm going to be whipping up a recipe that is using ground lamb. We're going to make some cool lamb kefta kebabs with a quinoa side dish, and it's tasty, it is healthy, and we're using Cedar Springs lamb, which is an amazing resource for all the lamb products you're going to need, and specifically for this recipe. For this particular recipe, we're using ground lamb, and you're going to want to use 2 pounds if you're making it for a large group. I am just using it for my family, so I'm just using a pound of lamb here. So you can look for either Cedar Springs or Shepherd's Pride lamb when you go to the grocery store, and you can see that it's a beautiful color. There's a little bit of fat mixed in, just enough to give it flavor, but it's still a lean, flavorful meat as well. What you're going to want to do is add some fresh herbs, and these are fresh from our garden. We've got some parsley here, which I'm going to mince up, and a little bit of cilantro as well. And we're going to mince that and add that in. And you're going to want to get 3 tablespoons if you're making 2 pounds, and about 1.5 tablespoons for the 1 pound of lamb. And the great thing about these recipes, if I were making the full 2 pounds, when I do make a larger batch like that, then I freeze some of them for a second meal. So we're gonna add that in, and then we're gonna add some garlic. Some people hand mince garlic. I'm more of a garlic smasher because I don't always like to get that much garlic on my fingers. The spices you're gonna use here are cumin, coriander, and then a little bit of cinnamon as well. And you're going to use, again, for the 1 pound recipe, you're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of both the cumin and the coriander. It's starting to smell fantastic already. And I love the touch of cinnamon. I think that is going to give it a great Middle Eastern flavor. Dash of salt in there. And some pepper. Usually when I mix anything with ground meat, I just use my hands because a wooden spoon will get you so far, but not going to really mix things as well. And then when you're also going to be forming the patties, that these are going to go onto the kebabs, you're going to use your hands anyway, so you're going to get a little messy. Now your kids may have not tried lamb before, and it's really a sweet, delicious meat. So if they like red meat, I think that they're going to be up for this. And then once they try it, they're going to find it so delicious, and especially in the kebab form, because any food on a stick, let's face it, is more fun. Now we're going to make our keftas. Kefta is basically a spiced meatball that is Middle Eastern in descent, and we are going to use our skewers here. Now you can also use wooden ones, but make sure you soak them before you grill them, otherwise they'll burst into flames. So you're going to take a little bit of the mix, and instead of like a normal meatball shape, you're going to want it to be more oblong so it will fit onto the skewer. So basically this is the type of shape that you're going for. You can make a huge batch of these, and then you can freeze them before you cook them. So if you're looking at some midweek meals when you don't have as much time to prepare, maybe make a double batch of these on the weekends, grill them one weekend, and then maybe a week later when you're looking at a midweek meal, you will have these ready to go in the freezer. So another fun fact about lamb from Shepherd's Pride and Cedar Springs is that it is fed a vegetarian diet, and they really take beautiful care of their animals, which is why they're so proud of their brand. Lamb is very nutrient rich, making it a wonderful source of protein for you and your family. So the next step is going to be to thread the patties onto each skewer, and you're going to want to leave a little bit of space in between each patty. Now they are all done, and we are going to put them on the grill pan and fry them up. So our kebabs just came out of the broiler, and we did some on the grill pan. You can see they all come out to a nice brown golden color. And then what we did is we whipped up some quinoa, which is one of those superfoods. And this is quinoa with mint and dried fruit, and it is super, super tasty. This one has apricots and raisins in it. You can also use dates. And again, we're gonna post the recipe for both things, so look for it in the post information below, and you can link to it on Mom Trends. To plate it, we have 2 different versions here. This one we left the kebabs on the stick, and we put our quinoa next to it, and this we took off. The lamb kebabs, the keftas, are also terrific to dip, and if you want to make a yogurt sauce, the kids really might like dipping the foods as well. So as you can see, it's very easy to prepare, looks great. You can prepare it ahead of time if you're entertaining. You can whip up some extra ones. It's a great midweek meal, and we hope you work more lamb into your recipes and your meal plans. And definitely you're gonna wanna look for Shepherd's Pride or Cedar Springs lamb when you go to the grocery store on your next visit. Visit mountainstatesrosen.com for this recipe and other delicious ways to entice your family to try more lamb.